Good morning. We are switching it up today. I'm going vlog style. I've never done this before, so bear with. I'm gonna take you through what I eat in a day. I get a lot of questions over Instagram about what I like to snack on, and I figured the best thing I could probably do is just take you through an entire day of eating as a dermatologist. Of course, what I put in my body, I want it to fuel healthy skin, but more importantly, a healthy body, but also I want to enjoy myself, and food is about that too. So I'm going to take you from start to finish. We'll begin with breakfast. I'm Dr. Sam Ellis. I'm a board certified dermatologist, and I am here to help you understand your skin and find skincare products that work for you. If you like videos like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you so much. So really before breakfast, I should have mentioned this, coffee. Every day, I gotta have my 1 cup. It is more of like a ritual than anything else. I like to drink it with milk, usually soy milk, but we have like our whole coffee setup over here. We've got our bean grinder, and I usually do pour over in the morning just for speed's sake. We do have an espresso machine. My husband is like the espresso master, so on weekends when we have time, he will make that for both of us. But I'm gonna make my coffee right now and get that kicking in my system so I can have all the energy for the rest of the day and the rest of this video. In my coffee, I usually have soy milk. I am not anti-dairy. However, I do try to eat lots of whole grains, lots of fruits and vegetables. And of all the dairy things that I love, milk is not like one that I have to have. So it's kind of an area where I limit it. I used to do almond milk and oat milk in my coffee, but I just found that soy milk is like a little richer, a little creamier. It just gives my coffee that extra little boost. If you're one of those people that can drink black coffee, you're a ninja. I would love to aspire to those type of goals, but I can't. I need the milk. For breakfast, I am going to make oatmeal. I have to admit, I do not eat breakfast every single day. This sounds terrible. Listen to your body. But it's true. Like some days I wake up and I'm not hungry. And if I'm not hungry, I'm not gonna force myself to eat right when I wake up. But today, your girl's hungry, so we're gonna make oatmeal. It's probably one of my like staple go-to breakfasts. Trader Joe's quick oats. I don't have time in the morning to sit there and make them in a pot like Little House on the Prairie style. So I don't measure any of my food. I just sort of eyeball it. I've been making oatmeal since I was in, elementary school. I like to beef up my oatmeal with berries. So these are just like frozen berries. I don't have any fresh ones. Fresh would be great. I don't have them right now. Frozen berries have the same nutritional value. They flash freeze fruit like right off the vine. So it's still just as healthy. Sometimes people are worried that they're losing a lot of the nutritional value of food when it's frozen, and it's not really true. So I just kind of dump those into the dry oatmeal, add some water into this, add a little pinch of salt. That's key. And then I will microwave it, and I will just show you how sexy it looks when it comes out. It's not gonna be pretty. So that's what it looks like out of the microwave. I did add a big scoop of almond butter there because I need some fat and some protein to just sort of beef this up and help me stay full. All right, let's eat. Cheers. I really struggle with drinking enough water. There are some days that I can just chug and chug and chug, but usually when I'm in clinic, I just don't have time to stop and imbibe. So on my days off, I try to just like replenish a little bit. Hello. I'll talk to you, but it feels rude to do it with the food in my mouth. My general food philosophy is everything in moderation. I don't like to strictly cut foods out, but I would generally say that I eat mostly plant-based. I still eat cheese sometimes. I still eat ice cream sometimes. I don't eat a ton of like chicken and red meat. I do eat fish. But again, like I will eat those things sometimes, especially if it's like a special occasion or something like that. I think what is considered healthy really changes over the years, and dietary science is constantly evolving, but things that don't go out of style are unprocessed foods, lots of fruits and vegetables. So that is sort of what I try to base my diet around is plants, but food does bring me so much joy. And so I'm not gonna not eat chocolate also. Starting the day with something healthy, I think helps set you up for success for the rest of the day. I'm gonna spare you guys the mouth noises, but I'm gonna finish this and we'll get back to the rest of what I'm eating today. We're back. It's lunchtime. I had some morning meetings and I gave a lecture, so I thought I would, make myself presentable. I don't often eat between breakfast and lunch, mostly because my schedule is usually packed between those times. I find that that's the time of day that I am the most productive, so I usually don't really just I just don't get hungry during that time because I'm so distracted. But now it's lunch, I am hungry. Oftentimes I will just eat leftovers from the night before. So if we went out to eat, I'll take that. If we had leftovers, which we usually do because we try to cook a lot at dinner, I will eat that. I'm gonna check our fridge and then I'll get back to you with what I'm having for lunch today. I actually forgot I made this yesterday, so I'm pretty excited to eat this, even though it probably looks gross. This is sort of like a Mediterranean chopped salad. We've got garbanzo beans, tomatoes, cucumbers, a little bit of feta, red onion, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper. And I would say this is probably one of the most common lunches or even dinners or snacks that I eat, is some type of like chopped salad. Sometimes I will take the flavors in a different direction, go more Latin with it, with like corn and black beans and avocado and cilantro and lime. I find this to be so hearty because you have some type of legume, you know, black beans or garbanzos today, usually a little bit of cheese, a little bit of fat, carbs, all the things I like to eat, and I just find it very satisfying to eat in the middle of the day. I'm gonna eat it with crisp breads that I get at Trader Joe's. They are gluten-free. I don't try to eat gluten-free. My body does very well with gluten. I'm a carb queen, but I do like some type of like bread or cracker. To me, that makes a meal feel a lot more satisfying. It is like 4:30 now. I am like, yeah, I could probably just start making dinner and eat dinner really early, but I kind of want to work out before dinner and I need some fuel. So I'm going to make myself a smoothie. This is obviously something I only have the benefit of doing on my days off and on the weekends. Normally for a snack, I'd probably have some type of like fruit and nut butter, or honestly, if I'm at work, whatever's in the break room, which could be like a cookie, but something to give me some energy to finish off the end of the day before dinner. But this smoothie that I'm gonna make is just like one that I make all of the time. So usually, I'm making a mess. I like it because I can add a lot of veggies to it, well, mostly just spinach. I find it really hard to eat like 5 servings of vegetables in a day. So if I just shove this Vitamix half full of spinach, I feel like that takes care of a few things. And then I'm gonna add banana, a little bit of frozen pineapple, a little bit of frozen peach, just to give it some sweetness. The banana adds more of like a creaminess element to it. Some lime juice, water, blend that bad boy up. If you're not married yet and you need a wedding registry recommendation, get a Vitamix. This has been like the most used wedding present, except for maybe our Dyson vacuum, top 2. I'm very excited about this. Sometimes I'll add protein powder, like a pea protein powder, if I feel like I need more calories for the day. I'm not feeling super hungry, but I do need some energy. I also will often put like hemp seeds or chia. If I'm gonna use chia seeds, I will actually blend it into the smoothie itself. Hemp seeds I like to put on top just to add some fat, some healthy fats, omega-6s, omega-3s. I don't know if these have omega-3s in them. Like I said, I'm not a nutritionist, okay? But I find that getting enough fat in my diet is super important for me in order to like feel full and feel like what I'm eating is doing it. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna spill it. That is so good. Sometimes I'll put ginger or mint in there as well if I wanna give it a little kick. But a green smoothie, one of my all-time favorite snacks. I just wanted to say that when I'm eating for full body health. I want healthy heart, healthy lungs, healthy liver, healthy kidneys, healthy brain. Healthy skin is part of that, but it's not like I'm eating with my skin in mind. I'm eating with my overall health in mind. And in dermatology, in the study of skin, when we see issues develop on the skin that are related to diet, it is usually through dietary deficiencies that people develop this. So lack of protein, lack of certain vitamins, lack of certain minerals. So if you're eating a well-rounded diet, that shouldn't be a problem. Everyone's going to be a little bit different with what they notice might trigger their skin. I'm trying to think if there's any foods where I'm like, oh, every time I eat this, my skin breaks out. Not really, but that's probably just because I don't break out a lot in general anymore. But if you notice certain food triggers, it's totally fine to avoid them. It is really hard to study diet and the skin because there are so many other factors that influence the skin. Stress levels, what you're doing externally, what your genetic makeup is, what your gut microbiome is, what your skin bacteria makeup looks like. There's so many things, and so it's very hard to do studies on diet and the skin. So I encourage you to figure out what works well for your skin, what makes you feel good, and kind of go from there. But also keep in mind that you shouldn't just be eating for your skin, you should be eating for your overall health. One thing I was gonna mention is that I do take a supplement. I don't take like a multivitamin because I feel like my diet is fairly well-rounded, but I do take like a calcium vitamin D supplement because I don't eat a lot of dairy or animal products. I find my diet is generally a little bit deficient in calcium and vitamin D. So these are from Amazon, Solimo Calcium 500 milligrams with D3. I usually have a couple of these a day, usually after a meal. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, so you need some fat in your system to absorb it. So I like to eat it when I have food in my tummy. They come in a few flavors. I just like gummies better than pills because, I don't know, I just like candy. And that just ensures that I'm getting enough vitamin D because I am a dermatologist. I do protect my skin a lot from the sun. I have a high risk of becoming vitamin D deficient. Osteoporosis also runs in my family, so it's just something I always want to be mindful of. So that is the only supplement that I take. All right, it's time to make dinner. Yeah, I thought I was gonna work out, but it didn't happen. I got a call from a friend who I hadn't caught up with in a while, and priorities. So for dinner, I'm going to make sort of a fajita veggie inspired bowl. This, I almost never cook from a recipe. This is gonna be sauteed red bell peppers, onions, black beans over lettuce with some other goodies in there. So I'll take you through it. So the lighting in my kitchen gets crazy around this time, so excuse that. But I just washed some romaine lettuce in there. If you don't have a salad spinner, it's amazing. And then I'm just gonna chop up some bell peppers and some onions and drain a can of black beans to get started. So I just have my onions and peppers and garlic sort of cooking down in some olive oil right now. This is kind of what takes the longest, is to wilt the veggies. In the meantime, well, I guess I can season this, so we'll put in some salt, a little bit of ground cumin, kind of like make your own taco seasoning, a little cayenne, like a spicy, and a little bit of chili powder. This is very hard to do with one hand, and I'm left-handed, so this is very challenging. I'll probably add some black pepper into that as well, so we'll continue to let those wilt down. In the meantime, I'm gonna chop my lettuce. I have my beans drained. We're just gonna keep going. So this is looking good now, nice and soft and juicy, and then I've got everything prepped, so it's time to assemble. So I finished everything. I sort of assembled it. I was gonna try to show you where I would normally put it together, but the lighting gets so bad in my kitchen, you would be like, what did she make? So this is what it looks like. So it's like the veggies, avocado, lettuce, black beans. I'm gonna use some mild salsa roja for sort of like a dressing component, and I'll probably sprinkle a little bit of shredded cheese on it. Sometimes we'll use Impossible Burger meat substitute as like another way to bulk this up, or do it with some brown rice. I've got some tortilla chips to eat this with today. But yeah, I'm gonna chow down. I should be honest here, I usually eat in front of the TV or with my husband. He's out of town right now, which is probably why I'm cooking and showing you it. I'm really lucky. I am married to someone who loves to cook and is a big foodie. And even though I was perfectly happy cooking before he and I ever got together, I'm also perfectly happy not doing the bulk of the cooking usually. I'm not a bad cook. This sort of like bowl type meal is something we'll do a lot. So this one's more Latin influenced, but sometimes we'll do one with more Asian flavors with broccoli and rice and maybe teriyaki tofu and edamame and some type of cabbage slaw. Those types of bowls are just like easy to assemble. It's easy to get some veggies and a carb and some fat and protein in there. So that is like a really big go-to for us, is some type of bowl meal that doesn't really have a recipe. I like to cook soups and stews a lot, and mostly because I can make a huge pot and then I can have food to take in to work for lunch and things like that. So that's something I rely on a lot. But there are definitely nights that we make frozen pizza, pasta, raviolis from the refrigerator section at Costco, which are honestly delicious. So it's not like every day I'm cooking all of my food from scratch. We also like to go out to eat once in a while, but these type of like bowl meals are something I eat all the time, and they just make great leftovers too. We haven't talked a lot about what I drink over the course of the day, which I think is probably important too. That was a really pathetic bite. It's honestly mostly water. I love seltzer water or sparkling water. I drink that all the time. Kombucha, that's my other fave. I don't drink a lot of alcohol, so people will often ask like, do you like wine? Do you like beer? Not really either. I like beer once in a while, especially if it's like at a barbecue or something like that, but alcohol is something I definitely drank more of in college and medical school too. We had a good time, but it's not something I crave and it's not something I miss when I don't have it in my diet. There aren't really good studies to show that like alcohol is terrible for skin when consumed in like normal quantities. So that's like not the reason I don't drink it. I just don't love it and I'm totally fine without it. And I'd much rather eat dessert. It is a couple hours later. I'm winding down for the evening. I almost always have mint tea at the end of the night because I feel like it helps me digest and I don't know, I love it. The other thing is I cannot not have dessert. Like I have to have it every night. It like ends my day. One of my favorite desserts is cookie dough. I think I like cookie dough more than I like actual cookies. And so sometimes I'll make a batch of cookie dough and just like freeze little balls and keep it in the freezer. This one's without egg, so I can eat it raw. And then I just have this brown butter chocolate chip cookie dough. And it's so yummy. But anyway, I have dessert every single night. I cannot not have that. Thank you for coming with me on my day of eating. I'm curious what your favorite kind of food staples are in your diet. And if you've ever like changed up your diet to help your skin or anything like that, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come follow me on Instagram at Dr. Samantha Ellis. Good night.